This is music, and this is another stack of first impressions. Welcome to another first impressions video. In these videos, I share with you my first impressions of all the blind buy CDs I picked up towards the beginning of 2022 and the end of 2021. Enjoying chewing my way through all those blind buys and exploring new music. I have this stack of first impressions to share with you today, and I'm also going to sneak in an update towards the end of the video. Let's just get down to business. Up first, you have Invocator live in Odense, 1989. Invocator are, I'm being optimistic here, I don't know if they're still active, but Invocator are a fantastic thrash metal band, especially the first three releases. Fantastic technical, progressive thrash metal albums, and kind of like different styles of thrash metal even. This one is from, it's an official bootleg capturing a live show from Odense, my hometown in Denmark, 1989. It's recorded at Rytmeposten, a venue where I would later play with some of the bands I was in, so that's that connection as well. This for bootleg, I know it's an official bootleg, it sounds very, very good. And these songs on here are their early songs. So the fast, aggressive, speedy, still technical thrash metal. And it's with one of the early lineups. So you have Jakob Schultz doing crazy, fast, chaotic, and whammy bar induced, I guess, guitar solos. Really great stuff. And the stage banter is, I mean, it's in Danish, and it's with a thick Esbjerg accent. That's a small town on the west coast where this band is from, which kind of like, I like that. That's charming to me. But obviously, if you know, you don't speak Danish, it just sounds like gibberish. But there's some really good songs on here. You have The Persistence from Memorial Chasm, for example, and you have Occurrence Concealed. So, you know, some of their older songs from the Excursion Demise album. Do check it out if you like thrash metal and if you like live albums, and especially if you like kind of like undergroundy live albums. Great stuff. Invocator. Up next, some death metal by Malevolent Creation, Doomsday X. This is fast, aggressive death metal with lots of blast beats, but they use the blast beats with care. So I think a lot of modern death metal, they use so many blast beats that the blast beats lose their intensity, if you know what I mean. This one has a lot of blast beats, kind of like bordering on grind core almost at times, but it is death metal. But it's sort of intertwined and interspersed, whatever, I don't even know if that's a word. It has some cool slower breakdowns and some mosh and groove friendly parts as well. It's brutal without being sort of like slam death metal, and the vocals are more on the Jeff Walker side of things. So, you know, if you like death metal, if you want to hear some really brutal and fast death metal without it being, you know, the more modern kind of slam death metal, do check Malevolent Creation out. It's quality death metal. Up next, The Awakening by Mind's Eye. This is a dive bomb release. This is really interesting. I don't remember exactly when it's from originally, maybe the early 2000s. What's really interesting about this is that, you know, metal went weird in the 90s. And, you know, some metal bands, you know, they just kept doing what they were doing. But a lot of metal bands started kind of chasing the trends. So some metal bands went groove metal for a while, for better or worse. Some went grunge for a while, for better or worse. Some went, you know, funk metal for a while, for better or worse. And what I really like about this one is they have taken all of those weird directions that metal went in, and they injected those into just I would say, old school heavy metal and hard rock, and it works. That's what's interesting. So you have your kind of US metals. I don't even know if they're an American band. I think they are, but the core style is US metal for sure. And then you have some funky parts, you have some groovy parts, you have some hard rocky parts, you have some thrash metal parts as well. And it all just works very well together. The vocals might be a bit of an acquired taste, and maybe the entire release is an acquired taste too, because it might take some getting used to, but I really enjoy it. The Awakening by Mind's Eye, another dive bomb hitting the target. Up next, Baptism Under Fire by Juggernaut. They're probably most famous for being Bobby Jarzombek's old band. He's known for his work with Fate's Warning now. Fantastic technical drummer. You know, we're talking Mark Zander, Mike Portnoy kind of playing. You know, they each have their own style, of course. But these guys are considered a technical speed thrash metal band. It is certainly speed thrash metal here, but there's also a lot of just US metal, I would say. So more harder edged traditional heavy metal. But yeah, I would consider it, part of the thrash speed metal world for sure. But I don't think this is super technical, to be honest. It's good. It's very enjoyable. I really like listening to it. It kicks ass. But it's not super technical, I think. But very good. Do check it out. I really like it. If you like your thrash metal, check it out. Trouble Within, however, now this is where they get technical and maybe even progressive. The core style is still kind of somewhere between US metal, speed metal, thrash metal, but they start doing more almost experimental things and, more technical compositions and technical playing as well. And even some progressive approaches, and this one is very, very good too. I mean, these two both, really, if you like thrash metal and you want to check out, one of the, I don't know, third or fourth tier bands, not in terms of quality but in terms of fame, some of the more obscure bands perhaps, but which is just really, really good and enjoyable. And this one also very technically proficient. Check these two out. I really enjoy listening to them. Up next, Agony in Despair by Keegan. I did not know at all what I was getting into here. It's guitar hero music, I would say, without being wanky. Just listen to my shreddy guitar stuff. It's kind of like, real songs. And there's a lot of cool guitar work on here for sure. A lot of cool guitar solos, lots of cool riffs. But you have vocals as well. And each song is like composed like a rock song with verses and choruses and, bridges and things like that. Really cool riffs. I really like the riffs. So it's heavy metal with some hard rock and some other elements too. But the core style is heavy metal, just with some really cool guitar solos and riffs. Do check it out. I was very positively surprised by this, to be perfectly honest. The next one, self-titled by Kingdom Come. This is just, fun, party, hard rock with some glam and sleaze tendencies, fun stuff, enjoyable. They're not taking the music to a new level of innovation or anything like that. It's just fun, uplifting, hard rock, some cheese, enjoyable. If you like your hard rock and your glam metal, I think you'll like Kingdom Come. And up last, Krossfire's Shades of Darkness. This is progressive power metal with symphonic and epic leanings every now and then. There is some cheese on it for sure, and it does have some of the Euro power metal tropes, but it's much, much darker, and that's what I really enjoy about it. I enjoy it's dark, it's epic, it's progressive, and there's just enough cheese that it's still kind of entertaining. But yeah, if you like your Anubis Gate, if you like your Symphony X, Heir Apparent, I think, although they all sound very different. But if you like that sort of more dark, progressive power metal, I think you will like Krossfire a lot. I think the vocals might be an acquired taste for some. I had to get used to the vocals, but they work very well. So there you go. First impressions, you know, do check them out if they sound interesting. And now the update. This one arrived in the mail a couple of days ago. Contract in Blood, a history of UK thrash metal. I was lucky enough to win this one. It was the second place, I guess, prize in Mr. Boulder's contest to celebrate 1,000 subscribers. Check out his channel. It's an awesome VC channel. But yeah, I won this one, and I'm stoked to win the second place because I really like thrash metal, and I've been really curious about Contract in Blood. There's a book out as well, which I probably will pick up at some point if I can get it outside the UK, because it's become very expensive to buy stuff in the UK because of Brexit and all that stuff. So if I can find it outside of the UK, I'll pick up the book. But yeah, this is a compilation, 5 discs with a lot of UK thrash metal. And what's really interesting is that each disc kind of represents its own region. So for example, disc 1 represents the Northeast, and you have bands like Slammer, Toranaga as well. Let's see what else. I'm just going to mention, yeah, Venom and Warfare. You know, we have those bands from the Northeast. Disc 2, the Northwest and the Midlands. So you have SSS, Short Sharp Shock. I think that's what it stands for. Very exciting to me. Metal Duck is on the second disc. And let's see, just 1/3 band maybe I want to mention. Let's see, yeah, Sabbat, right? Disc 3 is the East and the South, so you have English Dogs on that, you have Inner Sanctum on that as well, and Deathwish, awesome band Deathwish. Disc 4, the Southeast and the Southwest. So you got Adrenocide, for example. You have Cremated with a K, I don't know them. And Onslaught, of course, fantastic thrash metal band. And Reign of Fury as well. And disc 5, Wales, Northern Ireland and Scotland. So that's the sometimes known as the Celtic Fringes. So I'm very excited about this too. Tortoise Corpse. You have Evil Priest, Richard III, probably not the King. It's a band. Drunken State. So very excited to check this out. I've been curious about this. And you know what? Let's actually just unbox it. I'm just going to cut it open. There you go, with this Swiss knife. So let's just unbox it and have a look at it. I want to be careful. There you go. So, because I'm very curious, and I have to be honest, I'm super excited to check out Metal Duck for some reason. There you go. Very nice box set here again. Let's open it. There you go. So there. Oh yeah, cool, nice. So there is a booklet here, kind of a thick booklet. Very nice, with some write-ups on the bands here. You got some, not collages, but some band photos. Very, I'm getting more and more excited, to be perfectly honest. There you go, cool write-up. And then you have the discs here in these environmentally friendly cardboard sleeves. And let's just have a look at disc 1, what that looks like. Oh, it looks like this. Very cool. I assume all the other discs look like this too. So awesome. So just a bonus unboxing here. Contract in Blood, a history of UK thrash metal. Pick it up if you like thrash metal. I like thrash metal. I was lucky to win it, but I'm going to pick up the book for sure. And if any of the First Impressions CDs sound interesting to you as well, do try to pick them up. I can recommend all of them. Thanks for watching.